Good afternoon, CFM. It's Coach Matt with our Tuesday workout. We got some basic conditioning for today. So we're going to begin with 3 minutes of your choice warm-up pace cardio and then get 2 rounds through the following complex. We're doing some swings, some hinging in the workout. So we're going to do a little hinging warm-up here. So band Romanian deadlift. Make sure you keep the hips up high. The knees are just barely bent, and I've got that nice lumbar arch maintained in my back by squeezing my shoulders together, squeezing my belly in like I'm ready to take a punch, just stretching out those hamstrings every time I pull. The band pulls me down. Monkey squats next. Your option if you want to do this near the rig so you can get a little bit better stretch. But the monkey squat starts with a hip hinge to grab my ankles or my shins and then pull down into the bottom of the squat and then raise one hand up, raise the other hand up, and stand, okay? That's our monkey squat. Do that for 6 reps. Next one is 8 reps of a scap pull-up. So this is a shoulder width grip on the bar. Make sure our hands are wide enough when we do this. I don't wanna do my scap pull-ups from narrow hand position. Slightly wider position works better. And I'm just shrugging down and relaxing back up. And if you can make your shoulders touch your ears as you shrug back up and then try to create that big gap between the shoulder and the ear, that's what moves the shoulder blade vertically along your back, okay? Hollow hold is next. So I'm gonna create that hollow body position first with my knees and my elbows kind of tucked tight, and then I'll apply resistance by reaching my arms and my legs away from the center until I feel a significant amount of challenge going on in my abs, okay? That's our hollow hold. And then the last one is a high knee internal rotation of the hip. So you can balance on something or you could just do it freestanding, but I want that knee up high. And internal rotation means I'm trying to keep my whole body motionless. I'm just rotating that femur. I'm trying to kick that foot out to the side. Those little rotator muscles inside my hip that will feel very precarious, like they're gonna cramp any moment like they just did on me right there. Those are really good muscles to work. They help stabilize the hip, keep the hip nice and strong. And in the right position in the joint, more importantly. All right, okay, so that's our warm-up for today. When you finish that, we can do a couple of the workout movements, but it is a 20-minute AMRAP. We're gonna start with 16 reps of a Russian kettlebell swing at the standard weights. So that's from the hips to eyeball height. Then we're gonna pull that weight to our shoulder and go overhead for 8 reps on each arm. 8 reps on each leg of an overhead lunge. So I've got my arm locked out overhead with my weight, and I'm doing 16 total lunges with that arm, right? On the next round, so let's say that was round 1. On round 2, I want to use the other arm for my lunges, right? They can be in place, they can be walking lunges, however you want to do it is fine, but have one arm for the whole round of those lunges. And then the last exercise is just pull-ups, right? So it's 16 reps of a pull-up, so these should be our conditioning version of the pull-ups. So if that's a jumping pull-up, like so, to get those reps done quick, that's great. If it's your kipping pull-up or your butterfly pull-up, that's also fine. But make sure whatever version of the pull-up it is that you do, that you're able to get a large number of reps without stopping, at least on the first set. We don't want you to start off with singles and doubles. Start off with something that you can do for 6 to 8 reps minimum. And ideally it'd be finish the whole set of 16 on the first round without stopping. And then maybe in the later rounds, you gotta break it into like 1 or 2 chunks. 1 or 2 breaks on the later rounds, okay? That's how I'd like to do it for today. On a workout like this, it is okay with me if you reduce the resistance on your pull-ups in order to get more rounds and reps. So the goal today is volume and conditioning as opposed to strength, but I want you to be careful with how much resistance you drop. So if you start with like no band and then you finish with like a giant band or a lot of bands, that's probably too much of a shift. If it's like a minor drop set where like maybe I start off with a yellow band and then I add a black band to the yellow band, that's a reasonable drop in resistance for the pull-up. So just don't drop too far is what I'm saying. Okay, that's it for today. Have a great Tuesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.